We need a Christmas lo-fi radio.
Now the key word, my good fellows, is wassailing, not waffling.
What the heck is wassailing?
Wassailing, yes.
Maybe waffle is an old word that means waffle.
Heard? That's it! Somebody's got it right!
We can probably fade it out now. That was such a good cut, but I now have bells ringing out behind me. GM Fox fam. We're actually going to wait just another second before we get started here. So we'll let the Christmas tunes roll for another minute or so. GM Fox fam, welcome to the final governance call of the year 2021 that we're going to have here. Governance call number 20. Thank you for joining me. I'm Tyler ShapeShift with Operations, the Operations Workstream, your Operations Workstream leader. I'm going to be going through the packed schedule we have today of all of the proposals that are past, active, in ideation, or maybe just starting to become forum posts. As always, if you'd like to follow along with the slides, we've got a Zoom link posted in the stage chat. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me or any of the proposers as they're on stage talking about their proposal in the governance process, please use the stage chat to ask us questions or raise your hand and we'll see if we can get you on stage. It is a loaded agenda again, so I'm going to ask each proposer up here to keep it to about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how deep you're going in there, and how much time you've had on the stage previously in previous calls. So we can hopefully get everyone up here and keep the community informed on all the crazy things that we've got going on in this DAO governance process. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it off and get started. Here's the agenda again. We'll start at the top with proposals that have passed, and we'll work all the way back to proposals that maybe just hit the forum and need some ideation or need some help from our community so we can make them into the proposal that we'd like to see them as. There's an awesome community governance tracker linked here at the bottom of this slide that is being upkept and updated by our very own Miss on the mod squad. And there's lots of new features and cool things that we've got coming down the pipeline with that in the new year. Maybe some new insights and some cool Hall of Fame stuff going on with the proposals that we've seen. So thank you very much to Miss. She's also doing all of this out of the goodness of her heart right now and doing quite a bit of work tracking everything governance. So very much appreciate all of the DAO-ness that you've shown by jumping into this DAO and putting in your passion where you can find it. So appreciate that a lot, Miss. Thank you for all the hard work you've been putting in there. This is the last day before we officially sign off for our holiday break here. Almost everyone, I would say, actually, in engineering and product and operations, marketing and growth support, we're all down to a bare bones schedule. You can find a link there to the operations on-call schedule, where if you've got any sort of issues that you need someone from operations to take a look at and look at recreations, you can tag the individual that is on call that day. And there's also an engineering on-call resource that's pinned in prod issues. You community members might not need to know that very much, but anyone who's on a work stream doing an office hours, whether you're a support agent, an ops person, or a product person that notices a bug, that's where we can go to tag our engineers. Hopefully there won't be too many hair on fire scenarios, and we'll have a nice, calm holidays with our family. All right, now kicking it off, we're into past proposals. And the first one that passed with a bang with 4.7 million votes yes and only 160 against is Pontius's infrastructure budget proposal. So Pontius, I don't know if you're out there. I know you've given some great presentations previously. Oh, there you are, raise your hand. Previously about this and a good talk on it as well. So I don't know if it would be best to have you talk about next steps that are going on here, where people can find out what's going on with your infrastructure budget. I've got an invite to speak out to you. Well, if Conscious doesn't come up here, we've talked about this a couple times before. Oh, now he's requesting. Sent one more out to you, Conscious. Can you make it? There we go. All right. GM Conscious.
Yeah, jeez, yeah. The client wasn't showing me the invitation for some reason. Anyway, yeah. So next step with the proposal. Thanks everybody for participating in governance. Shout out to the one guy who voted with his 160 Fox against. Next steps are basically to do nothing for the rest of the year, and then we're gonna kick off 2022 with a bang. And yeah, basically, TaxiStake will fire up a new account for us. Hand out API keys for DAO engineers to access the account, and then we basically just provision our Unchained backend there, get it all synced up and ready to go, and then plug WebV2 into it. I think there probably needs to be a chat internally about whether we do that and use it for some upcoming launches that may or may not be happening next month. But yeah, more discussion around that stuff. But progress is progress. So off we go.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, excited to see that it's passed so we can get into utilizing it as soon as it makes sense for us to do so. And big props to Marley, wherever you are out there. TaxiStake has been super awesome in their partnership with the DAO. All right, moving on to the next item on the list. We've got the SCP-44, the proposal to fund the product and creative services work stream. So this was the addition of Gray Machine and his squad, and future funding for the product work stream with Diggy is the acting workstream leader right now, but there's some new positions that are being filled. It's got no votes and 4.51 million votes yes. Diggy, you want to come up on stage? Sure. Not sure if people lost the ability to bring themselves up on stage, but I'll start sending out requests. Hey, there you are, GM Diggy.
Hey, yeah, no, super excited. And yeah, as you said, this now includes Gray Machine and the Creative Services Squad. And then we're going to be looking for a new front end. Sorry, there's a toddler in the background. A new front end developer to work alongside Beard. And then we also have a new product owner starting full time on the 27th. So super excited, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Diggy. Sounds like your toddler's super excited for the funding of the workstream. Moving on, we got one more passed proposal, and that was Seth's proposal for adding Coordinape to ShapeShift, SCP-45. And that one got 3.89 million votes as well, with looks like the start of what might be a trend as we go through these active proposals of someone voting no, at least. So starting to see a little bit of both sides of these proposals. But hey, Seth, GM, how you doing?
Is it just me, or does the air smell fresher after you pass a proposal?
I would say the air smells fresher, the sky's a little bluer, you know, the grass is a little greener.
Yeah, I'm feeling nostalgic. These proposals, they grow up so fast. Anyway, I'm really glad that we managed to get this through. And now comes the hard part. We have to actually get workstreams using this. To that end, I'd like to arrange a demo where we can take a workstream through the process and have everyone see it. So to do that, I need a guinea pig. So,
Awesome. It looks like in the stage chat we have the growth workstream has included it inside their proposal as well, so they might be a perfect first guinea pig. If not, I know that there's another proposal showing up a little bit later here in ideation for the security workstream to use it as well. So you've definitely bent the ear of a couple of workstreams already that are interested in seeing how they can integrate with Coordinape.
all right. Well, I'll keep focusing on it until the demo is done. After that, it's up to the community.
Absolutely. We'll get that scheduled with you, Seth. Reach out to me or reach out to GK, and we'll get it on the calendar in the new year.
All right, I'll do that.
Sounds good. Congratulations on getting that passed, sir. All right, now we're on into active proposals. So these are proposals that are still up in Boardroom and or Snapshot. You can plug in your wallet and use your Fox tokens to vote for these still. And we're still looking for votes for these if we're going to see them pass any sort of soft or hard quorum. So first up, we got Mr. Nerdhair with the Responsible Disclosure Program. Nice to see you, Mr. Nerdhair.
Hey guys. The RDP has finally made it to Snapshot. Hopefully by now it's old news. That's the whole point of the process. This proposal has an allocation of some funding for the security workstream to establish and maintain an on-call rotation to handle first-line triage of reports. We expect that to run for the 6-month term that we're doing budgeting for, $26,000. That's $1,000 a week for whoever happens to be on call. There's also $15,000 allotment for the development of the NFT Hall of Fame software. That should see sufficient in this case because it's not a security critical piece of infrastructure. We don't really have to do external audits to make it work because it's just recording, people's successes. The proposal is it will be funded if you hit yes, and it won't if you hit no. And if y'all have better ideas or whatever, then hit no. It's fine. Let me know, and let's get this, the best program that we can get.
Yeah, super appreciate that, Mr. Nerdhair. It looks like the person voting no to everything didn't vote no to you yet, so you've made a winner over there out of that person. I'm super excited about this NFT Hall of Fame. I think it's a great idea, and we'll really encourage researchers to reach out to us with this program here. So thank you for putting all that hard work into it, and I'm glad to see it finally get all the way over to Boardroom. All right. Moving right along, we've got another one that's spent quite a bit of time inside discussions, discourse, the forum, AMAs, and things like that before it got all the way to Boardroom, but it's finally here in a iteration that I think the DAO is maybe ready to accept, and that is the create an alpha version of the open source version of the ShapeShift web app with analytics. And that one is also being proposed by Diggy. Looks like you got your hand up, Diggy. Let me see if we can get you back up on stage. Sorry, we're struggling with invites today, guys.
Yeah, that's weird. Hi.
Good to see you again.
Thanks. Yeah, so super excited. It looks like this is going to pass. I think it has one more day. But yeah, this is to create an alpha version of the new web app. So one version of the web app will have analytics and be like a first look for new features. And then the other version of the web app will be a completely private version and not have any analytics or guides. So yeah, super excited about this, and looks like it might pass. So yay, thanks.
Thank you, Diggy. Keeping the train rolling, we've got the Tokemak Reactor funding via the Treasury of Fox. This one was proposed by our very own Kent. GM Kent, good to see you here. I'm just going to pass the stage right on to you. Happy holidays, sir.
Sorry, I was on mute. How you doing, man?
Doing well, doing well. Getting ready to stuff my face full of vegan holiday food.
Oh yes, it's that time. Little tofu turkey.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, hey everybody. Hope you're having good holidays. Yeah. So this proposal has been live on chain for about 4 days now. It's going until the 27th. So what this is Tokemak Reactor funding via Treasury Fox. What this proposes is that we put up to $30 million worth of Fox into our Tokemak Reactor in order to earn Toke, which in addition to a revenue stream allows us to direct liquidity in the Tokemak ecosystem, and just all around could be a great thing. The potential downside here is centered around smart contract risk. This thing could get rugged potentially. I think it's highly unlikely, but it could happen. That would be, of course, a very negative thing. If you are uncomfortable with these risks, I urge you to vote no. As I mentioned, I do believe they're managed. I'm also closely checking Nexus Mutual. I check it constantly to see if maybe they're adding Tokemak. Maybe I'll just ping them and see if they are, because that would help us mitigate those risks as well. But yeah, you have until the 27th to vote on it. Overall, I'm pretty excited about these types of opportunities because they're a really good use of Fox that otherwise is just sitting in our treasury. So let's make use of all this potential energy and unleash it on the DeFi ecosystem. And that's it. Thank you.
Here, Kent. Really cool to see the DeFi Legos where we were talking about getting the Tokemak Reactor to begin with about a month ago, and now we're actually putting it to use. So great to see the proposal process in order, working as intended.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's taken time too, because something, when you're talking about a lot of money like this, it's important to be really deliberate and really understand and think through the risks. So thanks to everybody that's kind of put their minds behind it.
Thank you, sir. All right, and similarly in Lego building blocks of DeFi, we've got another one from Brian and ICHI about launching the oneFOX Angel Vault. Let me see if Brian's out there in the audience today, or if anyone from ICHI is. doesn't look like it. There have been quite a few calls. Most recently, Brian got up on stage while we were in the ideation process and gave a really great conversation about this. I believe Willie Fox and John might have jumped on as well. But this is the next step in us using oneFOX, the stablecoin that we have, that we worked with the ICHI team to create, and minting some more of those to create an angel vault that will help us prevent kind of market volatility. And there's been some really interesting things going on where ICHI has their own angel vault, and in recent market volatility, their own token has held up pretty well because of it. So there are some details about that here inside the boardroom snapshot that you can find out more of the details about how much oneFOX we might be interested in minting to do this. And this is definitely something that, if it gets passed, will go into the hands of the Treasury Management and Diversification Committee so they can make the proper assessment on how we can properly utilize this vault. So get the vote out. We've still got some time on this vote before it goes. And already got some strong support for it. So vote yes, vote no, but please vote. And our final active proposal that we've got for the day is the SCP-52, the proposal to establish and fund the Growth and Globalization Workstream. Probably bring Toasty. I don't know if we want to bring Toasty and Hunt up here as well. I know this one is going to be co-led with our first workstream with 2 leaders, but Toasty's been the one who pushed this through, so he's got his name to it right now. GM Toasty.
Hey, GM Tyler, GM everybody. Happy almost holidays. Cool, thanks for bringing me up here on stage. Just wanted to talk a little bit about this and, hopefully can answer any questions with all the work that we've spent in our forum post. And as it went to ideation, we were there for about 2 weeks total. We also had a retro this past Tuesday, which I believe is recorded if people want to go take a listen to that. And also I'll be, even though this is going over the holidays for some people, I'll be around, so we'll hunt. So feel free to DM us, ping us in general, just if you have any questions about this. But no matter if you have like 1 Fox or 100,000 Fox, just get out there and vote. Ask us any questions on it. Really looking forward to this, and we have a lot of great contributors, 14 contributors on this workstream proposal. We have a cool LATAM expansion that we're looking at, education sector for the DAO. So lots of great minds on this. Coordinape, which is just passed. So any questions, any support, would love to see it. So vote yes, vote no. Just make sure you vote with your Fox.
Put your Fox to work. Thank you, Toasty. Yeah, and we do have some slides coming up later from the Smith about the great things that LATAM has been doing. They've been posting a lot of their updates inside the forum as well. So it's great to see how much work you guys are really churning out over there.
Oh yeah, cool.
Look forward.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, look forward to the future. So let's get the vote out there. Those are our active proposals, fam. As we move on, Ideation Boardroom is still out. I kind of talk about this every single slide. Hopefully one day we'll have some really cool celebrating gifts, because Boardroom will have fixed all of their Web3 issues, so we can do our ideation process outside of the forum. Until then, we've got a template for you to follow that you can follow here. And there's a pretty easy process for making sure you get your right SCP number and you follow the template of information inside the forum as you're ideating from, hey, I have an idea, to something very structured that's got a yay or a nay vote for it that we see in Boardroom. All right. And now we're moving on to posts. These are just posts that are in that forum that are in this ideation process. We've got Marley, Petecoin, and Brittany B. I'm not sure if Marley or Brittany are with us today. I do know that Danielle has worked pretty hard on the ETH Denver one as well. So if you want to hop up for that as well, we'll bring you up here. I'll start sending the invites out. And Petecoin, looks like you're on stage first. Feel free to take us away, GM.
GM, happy holidays, everybody. Yeah, so the 2 things that I or my team has on the ideation, and one of them is not really ideation, it's just a review of the first term of the marketing growth workstream, full of data, insights. Happy to discuss that with everybody. Just ping me. That's on the forums, really hopefully easy to digest and absorb, but you can always ping me. if you want to chat more. And the second one is to fund the marketing workstream through June of 2022. The idea being to create a data-driven marketing machine for anybody in the DAO that has a project that needs to be marketed for the DAO, to have the team that does that creates the creative strategy, ideation, execution, and tracking. Great team with Ethan and Arena and stable of content creators. We'll be expanding the team as we move forward, and really excited to keep things going. Question I have about the process is, we had great feedback, and we changed the proposal, and we've it seems like we're on the right track with the current round of voting. How long does something stay in ideation before we go to boardroom? I just want to confirm. Is it 5 days, or Sarah?
I think the rule of thumb has been 5 days at that point. We do have a proposal being drafted to clarify some of these issues that people have been asking about the process, just so we can get that set in stone. But I would say 5 days is probably the minimum in that ideation phase. It can go longer. We've seen a lot of proposals take longer than that. I would also suggest, maybe depending on where your proposal falls in that timeline, being sensitive to people on the holiday break, you might get more eyes waiting until you can get more people not on holiday break to vote for you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think 5 days brings us to the 26th. So it will be in voting on the 26th, and hope to earn your votes. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete.
Hey, everybody. Happy HODL days. I am going to represent for Brittany B today with this proposal. We've talked about it quite a lot with everyone as we've been doing some of the pre-planning for sponsoring ETH Denver and some subsequent events. I think the biggest change in this proposal from what we originally had is just the type of sponsorship that we got. So we're more in the medium level, but this actually works a bit better for us. 20,000 plus we added 15,000 in there for hackathon bounty. That's the most we can give at our sponsorship level. And so Josh and the engineering work stream are going to handle that, and hopefully we can use that to the DAO's benefit. So you'll see that difference majorly. Don't forget, this also includes, swag for the table, $800 scholarships for people to help anyone outside of Denver get to Denver, or 8 people get to Denver. We have the VIP dinner. That's a fundraiser for Coin Center, and the after party. And I think the biggest changes from there was, when I first wrote this forum post, I just did some good guesses in my mind. But when we actually went and got quotes for things like the party bus, the appetizers, and the alcohol, that all came in a bit over what I guesstimated. So that's where you'll see the major changes. It still overall came out to pretty much $100,000. It's $99,300. And we have talked to the Treasury Management and Diversification Committee, and they're good with helping us coordinate getting that in stables if this does pass. So I'm happy to answer any questions. Oh yeah, and I didn't mean to mention, Brittany B is a longtime Fox fam, and she has been to many, many conferences in the past. So super happy that she is stepping up and owning this with me. We also have Luna Hawk helping us, and I think there's about 8 or 9 people I know, like the Miss and Marley just added, Ron. So I have a handful of people that are helping, but stay tuned. We're going to have some forms to fill out for like booth signups, party, helpers, and people to ride the bus with our friends that are coming. So, just stay tuned, and we're really looking forward to this event.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Danielle, for working with that with Brittany and getting us to where we are, and happy HODL days to you, or HODL. And the last one we have on this list is Marley, who looks like he's not here on the call with us today and will not be pushing this up until after the holidays. But we have a Wild M. Perkman up here.
Started his holidays a little bit early. He wanted me to relay his regrets for not showing up.
Well, appreciate you for standing in his way, and you're gone as well. Quick as he appears, and then Perklin disappears right away. But yes, if you're unfamiliar with Marley and TaxiStake, there was a previous proposal we just talked about. They are one of the teams, or one of the first people that we're partnering with to do some validation work, and hopefully be doing things like hosting Unchained in the future. This is for, we already have a Cosmos validator that we are running with them. This will be for an Osmosis validator. Very timely with all the Osmo work that we have going on as well. So that will be going out for your, looking for your vote sometime soon in the new year. We've got a couple of new forum posts as well. One is from Mr. Nerdhair, and another one's from the Global Digital Finance team. I'm not sure if they're here on the call, but maybe we'll get some insight after Mr. Nerdhair's post. Hey, Mr. Nerdhair, good to have you up here with me again.
Hey, guys. So I've redone the budget proposal I made last time that was based on sort of the notion of an hourly rate, based on the to now be based on Coordinape, which sounds to me like it'd be a much better solution. I've always hated hourly rates, but you know, when you're looking for an alternative to paying people a salary, you know, because you want to be flexible, there's just not a lot of good options out there. And so I'm hoping that Coordinape will help a lot to solve that problem. Again, love feedback on that. I filled in the question marks that were previously on there with around budget numbers. I filled in a salary for myself and a suggested budget number for the Workstream to operate on. I'd love some discussion on that. I can run the Workstream on less money, but I think there's a good argument that now is a very good time to invest in getting security priorities done. We have a very new code base, and that means we both have a lot of opportunity to bake things in at a low level, and a lot of risk that if something goes wrong, that it could, you know, really hurt the damage the DAO and the product. And you know, somebody getting rugged would be very bad on our product at this stage, I think. I've written the proposal to cover the first half of 2022. It might not get passed by then, and that's okay. I feel personally that it's much more important to get it right than to, you know, rush to get something through because, you know, of a cash flow issue on my part, for example. I don't have a cash flow issue, and I'm very happy to be able to, you know, take the extra time to make sure that we get the best foundation that we can. Anyhow, so I have a intend after the holidays to come up with a probably a talk about it on office hours, definitely, but probably also make a post talking about some of those security priorities that I would like to focus on over the next couple of quarters. And I think that there's a lot of ground to cover, but we've already made it a significant way. I'm proud of what we got, and I hope to be even prouder of what we have in the future.
Awesome, Mr. Nerdhair. Yeah, we appreciate all the work that you've been doing for the security mind and all of the digging in with the other proposals that you've had to do outside of preparing your own work stream. So happy to see that we're getting it right, and setting up everything with the RDP as well as doing this budget through Coordinape.
You may have also noticed that when I put up the RDP proposal, I cleverly arranged it so that voting ends at the end of the year. This means that this means I get no money until next year, which is great because it means I don't have to have the LLC set up until next year. From a legal perspective, it's excellent.
Worked out. And looks like Josh has hopped up here as well. GM, Josh.
Hey, GM, I had a question, Mr. Nerdhair. Can you come back up for a sec?
Yeah, shoot.
Hey, I'm looking at your post here, and admittedly, it's the first time I've seen it, and I read through most of it in this time. But the as you know from some other question you posed somewhere, I think you getting a just a straight salary that you can count on, all the contributions that you make everywhere the DAO will absolutely get the value out of that. What I'm curious about is that the security workstream be allocated $50,000 each month for the same period to be handled as described below. And I couldn't see anything specific that called out what that 50,000 would be used for. Can you?
So the specific process. So I wanted to separate the process sort of and the roadmap of the things that would be done. The theory is that this will power the Coordinape distribution to other contributors. I will admit that I put in $50,000 partly because I hadn't gotten any feedback on when I asked for feedback on the last forum post. So I wanted to offer a starting point for a discussion. I do think this is a serious question that needs to be answered. Essentially, how much do we want to put towards security priorities specifically? And I can give you some examples if you'd like.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So so one example would be the investing in making sure that what happened to the Badger DAO can't happen to us. I have a idea for essentially a protection system that is sort of I call it the distributed fuckery detection system that will basically every time we deploy to prod, bunches of people will pull the code down and check it and make sure it actually matches what's in our repo, which helps mitigate against the sort of attack, the infrastructure level attack that Badger DAO experienced. Other ideas include working on a service worker that would help handle verifying hashes of files that come in.
Okay, so wait,
I have a laundry list of very technical things, I guess,
Okay.
is what I'm getting at. I'm not sure that this is the appropriate forum for them, but I also don't think that a budget proposal is. So that's why I wanted to separate it out.
Okay, so I just want to thank you for that info. So that money that's for bounties. Then it's not for products. It's not to buy software. It's to pay people to build things that you have ideas on. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. You're correct.
Okay. So first, it would be good to like specify that. That's not clear from what I can tell in the proposal. And for my own taste, that's too high of a discretion. That's like a discretionary budget. That's saying I also want $50,000 a month to be able to spend however I see fit. And that's, for me, that's too high.
That is excellent feedback. And I really appreciate it. It's very helpful. And I'm the whole administration thing. I mean, I'm great at executing, but I really do rely on the community for a lot of the that sort of stuff. And thank you very much,
John. Looks like John, you're trying to talk, but we can't hear you. You're green. You're flashing like you're talking, but there's no audio coming. Still no audio.
You might jump out and rejoin John.
There he goes. He's gone.
Just to put some theoretical numbers on this, I expect that the number could go as low as 5,000 and still be able to perform duties of the work stream as they're currently committed to.
Yeah, that would be much more reasonable, I think. And then if you then turns out that something happens and you needs some more and there's some bigger thing, then I think that is worthy of its own proposal, right? So
well, that's also that's also an excellent way to handle it.
yeah.
I
So
think
I'd support that, changing that to, and just thinking from an anyway.
I mean, it all goes to what the appetite of the community is, and you know, that's one of the points I was trying to do was you know, figure out what that is, and
yeah, well, that's what the post, that's
up.
exactly what the post is for. So we're exactly where we need to be. Be great if we could have John's opinion, but John, we ain't gonna get it verbally here.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. There you are.
There we go.
Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong, but yeah, I mostly just wanted to echo what Josh said. My gut was that this was too high too, and not because security is not important. I put some messages in the stage chat just because I think that security is going to be the type of thing where, like, some months you'll need almost no budget, and some months you'll need a lot. So what's important is not the budget per month, but the overall amount that you have, to Josh's point, is a discretionary amount over that period of time. So I would suggest bringing it down quite a bit, but knowing that if you need more in a month, you know, if some big security issue pops up and we need to reward someone, I don't think the community is going to have a problem with that. So I think you can start with a lower budget, and then as necessary, if it turns out we need more, just ask for more, and I don't think you'll get any resistance from the community.
This is great. This is exactly what I was looking for, and you know, now I have you know, this is valuable experience that or a perspective that your experience is giving to this process. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all the live feedback, guys. And thanks for going over that together. I've got one more on here on this before we go to the next one. That's the ShapeShift's Global Digital Finance team. This is a proposal to have ShapeShift join as what I'm reading from the post is some advisors to a regulation panel that it seems like there's quite a few people that have been mentioned in this as well. Other crypto companies that have potentially worked with them in the past. And it says that ShapeShift did indeed have this partnership back in 2019, what I can read from it. But I'm not quite sure if that is something that ShapeShift extended throughout the length of this from 2019 to now, if this was a one-time thing, if people are blowing some smoke up our butts right now. So I'm not sure if maybe John's the most knowledgeable from Centralized to know what our relationship was to this. Maybe this is more of a relationship we had with our legal team, and maybe this is something we don't need to pursue with the DAO. But I certainly am not seeing anyone from their team yet. If you are from the team, then you can raise your hand. I'm happily have you bring you up on stage to have you chat about this. But if not, I think we'll probably have to start some communication on the forum here and see if we can get someone to show up in Discord and chat with us about it. Yeah, John, I don't know if you have any 2 cents or 2 sats to add about this. If you do, that would be lovely. If not, we're going to keep on moving on. And yep, John knows nothing about this. So sounds like this may be someone trying to leverage a previous centralized ShapeShift relationship to see if we can have a partnership going forward. Seems pretty heavily focused around regulators. And I'm not sure if they understand that we're not an exchange anymore. So it'll be really interesting to see if maybe we could get this person in here to talk with us about what this would mean to a DAO, and if this would be something that the DAO would be interested in being involved with. But that's the stage time that I'm going to give that post right now. And lastly, our last page of updates we've got Peatcoin. I know you did talk about that first term review. If you have anything else to add, you can please hop back up. We've got the Smith as well. I'm not sure if you're out there. You know what? I'll just go through all of these right now. Peatcoin mentioned earlier that the marketing and growth workstream first term review. There's some great numbers and stats. If you have any questions or interests or want dive deeper. He's been really great about responding to and providing more information as people have probed. So please go in there and see all of the great things that marketing has been doing and look at those numbers that we've got there. And then the Smith, as well as a few other people inside our growth, our future potential growth work stream, have really started to update inside the forum post. So the Smith has quite a few that he's churned out, talking about what LATAM has been up to. But I know JP Nam has been in there a little bit. Arena has been in there a little bit. I hope to see more work streams do kind of these status updates, project updates, and AMA updates. As you guys are all involved, it's the best way we can get a larger, cast a wider net to the rest of the community and let them know what's going on here. And then we have one old forum post, which is from the Grow protocol team. I did tag them, but I didn't get any response back. So this is one that we've had a couple of conversations about working with the Grow protocol. Those conversations have now kind of moved on to either a tokenomics office hours or a Treasury Management and Diversification Committee meeting. And I know that Kent and the Grow team are talking in DMs to set up an AMA a little bit later, probably in the new year. So that I'm sure, as all of these forum posts shape their ways into being potentially a proposal, we'll hear more of them in the process. So that is the agenda I've got for today, Fox fam. I've got a space open here for Q&A if anyone's got any questions they'd like to ask. Check out the stage chat. Doesn't look like it, just the repost from Miss. Thank you very much for keeping everyone connected there, Miss. And if that is all we've got, Fox fam, I want to wish you all a happy holidays, happy Dowla-days, a happy HODL-days, and a very good GM and good GM New Year to you all. Thank you very much for being a part of this DAO. It's been super, super awesome to have you all here, to have your energy and focus shape what we're doing here together. I appreciate every single one of you for joining me on these calls, and I can't wait to see what we build in the future. So join us, vote with your Fox, contribute any way you can, reach out to myself or any of the other workstream leaders if you're interested in contributing, and we'll plug you in wherever we can. So thank you very much, Fox fam. We'll see you in the new year. Make it a good GM.